6 o'clock. I'm here, Tom's here, Meg's here, Barb's here, Chuck's here, Ricky's here, Jim's here. Anything for public comment this evening? I'll make a general statement because I would be shocked if you weren't students. Are you students?
Yes.
Okay. So how this works is, we'll sign anything if you need to at the end of the meeting, okay? Or if you have questions and
You
stuff.
have to stand at the podium
And sing.
presentation.
They're smiling, that's
Great.
great.
Hard time in the afternoon.
If you have any questions, now's the time to ask because he just opened the questions. I guess that's a no, Michael.
I guess not. All right, couple things, not too much, but do want to bring some stuff to your attention. First and foremost, start with a little bit fun. Post 1619 is doing an event as part of their fundraising efforts for the Battlefield Commemorative Gateway. John Rock is doing a thing called Dinner with the Commodore, which I think is kind of a fun thing. It's a spaghetti dinner, and the idea is that John and some of his colleagues are going to dress in some of the period-like garb. And I say period-like garb because some of the pieces may not necessarily be 100% accurate, but maybe not. So I know, Debbie, you probably won't go now, right?
God, if I have the right buttons, I'm not going.
You can take a
So-
picture with the Commodore.
It'll be at 1619. I just applaud that group for their continued efforts and in their partnership on that, and starting some of these activities. So I encourage you folks to go if you can, and I believe they're doing takeout as well. So just a little heads
It's
up.
March 20th
March 20th, yes, Wednesday the 20th,
at
1619.
7 o'clock.
Starting at 4:30. It's a dinner, so they didn't have an end time, but usually programs like that usually last for a little bit. I think the idea is John's going to talk a little bit about what they've done for Crab Island and restoring the flag and stuff like that. It's pretty come and go as you'd like. So just a heads up there. I know Ricky and I have had some conversations in the past about the dog control as it relates to egg and markets. Got some information from Schuyler Falls very recently. Eagles Nest Veterinarian is now going to provide the service, or it has started providing the service since January. So for
Dangerous dogs.
yes, so for the $500 deposit, they will do that. I'm going to get some material and get that in front of you folks by next week. So just giving you
That's just
a heads up.
emergency, right?
Yes, it's meeting because Almore SPCA will not meet that standard.
No.
And as we know, it's something that we've been hoping to get addressed for a while.
I know the city signed with them, so.
Yeah, I don't know who the city is. I know that Schuyler Falls is doing it with Eagles Nest though. So.
And Dave still.
Yes, it doesn't change dog control. It just meets that standard for egg and market. Okay. The last thing that I would share with you is that, I just want to pull up my calendar here. We will be re-engaging in the Clinton County Shared Services Panel again, meaning that all the town supervisors and all the mayors of the villages in the city will convene again at the county legislative chambers on the 26th to begin some large conversations. It does not commit us to anything specifically, but it does provide us the opportunity to have some conversations. I'm hopeful that we can go back to some of the conversations we've had. We just had a Clinton County Supervisors Association meeting this week. One of the things that we continue to talk about, when you put out a topic on the table, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going forward or off the table. It means that we're talking about it. And a lot of the smaller rural towns continue to have concerns with EMS services. So Danny LeClaire, who's been kind of chairing that area, said that he wants to at least initiate some conversations, and kudos to him. We're also going to be talking about the county's modeling for economic development, et cetera. So if you have thoughts, opinions, concerns, issues, feel free to let me know.
That's going to be at what time?
11 o'clock. And it's the way that it's being led right now, Tom, is each representative is the town supervisor or the mayors. So it's not kind of like a committee on the whole in a sense. And this one is someone from the Department of State will be coming up to talk about the process again. I think it's gonna be almost the same as what they did before, where,
Yeah, that wasn't too enlightening, but.
no, so.
Okay, so in other words, I shouldn't go there because I'm not gonna be able to talk anyway, and, you know, okay.
So, more to come though, I'll be happy to share information with you, but just wanted to keep you in the loop on that, okay? We still have a couple minutes before the public hearing, so let me just get through a couple of other administrative items here. You do have draft resolutions for minutes, monthly reports, and then we have 2 items for consideration this evening.
On reports, do we still get a dog control report at some point, every quarter?
Talk to Ricky, it's through his office.
Can we do that separate?
Yeah,
Dave do a dog report?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen any for a long time, so that's one.
Oh, I guess it turned one in.
Can we go to, for consideration for a vote tonight, Resolution 57, request for highway road closure.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter dated March 8, 2019, from Tim Dewberry, Highway Superintendent, requesting permission to temporarily close the following town roads effective March 19, 2019. Akey Road from Route 374, the entire length. Bart Mill Road, section north of the Jean LaFave Road intersection. Radford Road, 374 going north to Route 190. Champlain Park, all entrances. Cliff Haven Community, all entrances. Duran Road, Jean LaFave Road, Kennedy Road, Robinson Road, Stafford Road, South Junction Road, Thunderbird Heights, all entrances. Woodcliff Drive, Wallace Hill. Therefore be resolved that certain vehicles as described with New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law, section 1660, be excluded from the town highways and/or sections thereof listed in the aforementioned letter upon the erection of signs posted the respective highways or sections thereof. 2, a notice pursuant to section 1660 be published in the Press Republican, and it be further resolved that the town board is hereby authorized and direct the town clerk to cause of said notice to be published in the Press Republican according to town law. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the highway superintendent.
Is there a motion? Wood, is there a second?
Seconded.
Will Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none. Can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Meg LaFave,
Yes.
Barb Hebert.
Yes.
Charles Costick.
Yes.
Mike Pasch.
Yes, so does pass. I'm going to go to one last item for consideration on the floor this evening, Resolution 58, in the matter of the application of LQ Properties LLC petitioner against the assessor, the Board of Assessors, and the Board of the Assessment Review of the Town of Plattsburgh and the Town of Plattsburgh respondents.
Whereas regarding the above matter of notice of petition and petition to review the assessment for assessing years 2018 through 2019 on real estate of the above mentioned petitioner in the Town of Plattsburgh, County of Clinton, State of New York, tax map number 206.4-2-30.22, 16 Plaza Boulevard, was duly served upon the Board of Assessment Review and the assessor of the Town of Plattsburgh. And whereas respondents of said property owners are prepared to enter into an agreement and stipulation of compromise of settlement of their differences. And whereas it appears it is in the best interest of the Town of Plattsburgh to settle the matter as recommended by the assessor of the town, and further agenda legal appraisal costs retaining of said matter. And now therefore be resolved, the Town Board, Town of Plattsburgh, in regular session duly convened as follows: the Town Attorney of Town of Plattsburgh and/or legal agents of the Town of Plattsburgh be and hereby authorized to consent to enter of appropriate court orders to accomplish of said settlement upon the entry of the client's orders directing the establishment of assessment as set forth in the stipulation of settlement and order and execute the stipulation discontinuance of said proceedings, and the resolution shall take effect immediately. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town assessor.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Caustic. Any discussion? The only thing that I'm gonna add is, we had a couple up here, I think the other one may be Texas Roadhouse or the property thereabouts, so, it's good to have this one, settled.
So that's the only one outstanding?
I think that's the only one. All right. All those in, actually, roll call, please.
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Meg Lefebvre?
Yes.
Barb Hebert?
Yes.
Charles Costick?
Yes.
Mike Cashman?
Yes, so does Carrie. All right. Pretty proud of the timing here, so we can open the public hearing. Steve is just the excitement, just try to hold it back a little bit. All right. The meeting was called to order at 6:10 p.m. by the presiding officer of the town hall, at the town hall on the Banker Road. Further notice is hereby given that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh will meet and hold public hearing thereon to the town hall located on Baker Road in the town of Plattsburgh, Clinton, New York, on Thursday at 6:10 p.m. prevailing time in relation to the 2019 zoning ordinance and subdivision fee schedule amendments. At this time, we will accept written comments into the record for the hearing, or open public hearing to the floor for public comments. For those that are visiting for the first time, means that someone could submit a letter that could go into the public hearing, or someone could step forward, have 5 minutes, and orally kind of give their thought on the public hearing. Is there a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Wood, Lefebvre. Is there any discussion on that? Seeing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Meg Lefebvre?
Yes.
Barb Hebert?
Yes.
Charles Costick?
Yes.
Mike Cashman?
Okay. The public hearing is officially opened at 6:11 p.m. Is there anyone willing or interested to produce anything for written comment to the record of the hearing, or anybody looking to seek the floor for public comment? All right. We'll leave this open for a moment, just in case someone does come, and we will move forward. All right? All right. Going back to draft materials, one of the items that's on the floor this evening is the zoning ordinance and fee schedule. That is an item that will not be voted on tonight. It would be up for a possible vote next week, depending on the public hearing. You also have draft material for the base manhole final payments, estimate, and waiver of the lien. And there is also a one-year utilities warranty refund for the subdivisions, all fairly standard. This evening, I do not anticipate a need for an executive session unless anyone else plans to seek one. At this point, seeing no one new to the audience, I'll ask one last time. Is there anyone interested in providing written comments into the record or taking to the floor for public comment regarding the 2019 zoning ordinance and subdivision fee schedule for amendments? Seeing nothing further, I would accept a motion to close this public hearing. Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Caustic. Wood. Is there any discussion in regards to closing the public hearing? Seeing no discussion in regards to that, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood?
Yes.
Meg Lefebvre?
Yes.
Barb Hebert?
Yes.
Charles Costick?
Yes.
Mike Cashman?
Yes. The public comment, or public hearing, I should say, will officially be closed at 6:13 p.m. I have nothing further to be discussed. Anything else for the good of the order? Seeing,
This may be out of order, but it could be a teachable moment.
sure.
Could you maybe explain what the public hearing is for?
Sure. So,
For
in
you guys.
very lay terms, okay, a public hearing is an item that becomes notice to the public, meaning it goes into our Press Republic and our official newspaper, which gives the public the opportunity to come forward in a very focused way to talk on a subject matter. A local law, a decision that the board may be making, and that particular topic was noticed to the public. Our agendas, go out, but it's a process. That then becomes internalized by the board and helps us kind of use it during our decision-making process to support or maybe not support something. Someone could present something to the table and say, hey, this local law would be detrimental, could you consider delaying your vote? Could you study more, et cetera.
Are going to be modified to
Yeah.
certain.
And this
certain
particular one is about?
This one is about fees as it relates to some of our departments. Yeah.
I'm not.
Thank you, Doug. All right, seeing nothing further, we will adjourn this meeting this evening at 6:15.